The income tax and benefit return. A tax return is the form prescribed by the CRA for reporting income and provides the information necessary to assess a person's liability for tax. The federal tax return for individuals is called income tax and benefit return. The tax return. There are several variations of the income tax and benefit return for residents of Canada. Each one is unique due to provincial regulations. Since the focus in this text is on federal tax only, we will use Form 5015R of the income tax and benefit return. This form is a generic version that can be used for multiple provinces, but also includes line 45110, which is needed to claim the climate action incentive in some provinces. Your instructor will provide you with information on any minor variation specific to your province or territory. The income tax and benefit return can be used to calculate tax payable by individuals with any type of income, deduction, or credit. It is divided into the following sections: Step 1 Identification and other information, including Elections Canada questions, Indian Act exempt income declaration, and Foreign property question. Step 2 Total income, Step 3 Net income, Step 4 Taxable income, Step 5 Federal tax. Part A Federal tax on taxable income, Step 5 Federal tax. Part B Federal non-refundable tax credits, Step 5 Federal tax. Part C Net federal tax, Step 6 Provincial or territorial tax. And, while reading through this segment, study the CRA Form 5015R Income Tax and Benefit Return, also shown in the Tax Academy reference book, to see the role each section plays. For taxation year 2019, the CRA changed the format of the income tax and benefit return from previous years. The tax return is comprised of 8 pages instead of the previous 4. Former Schedule 1 is now part of the tax return jacket. In addition, all line numbers have been changed from 3-digit to 5-digit format. For the 2020 tax year, CRA reversed the order of Step 5 Part A and Part B. In the 2019 tax return, the federal non-refundable tax credits were calculated before the federal tax on taxable income. Step 1 Identification and other information. Taxpayers are asked to enter identifying information about themselves, their email address, if they agree to register for online mail, their residence, and information about their spouse or common law partner, if applicable. They are then asked to respond to the Elections Canada questions. If the taxpayer received any income exempt under the Indian Act, this fact must now be indicated by ticking the box in this section. The taxpayer is required to disclose foreign property holdings at any time in 2020 that had a total cost of more than $100,000 by ticking the yes or no box in this section. Step 2 Total income. Step 3 Net income. Step 7 Refund or balance owing. Note: Step 4 Taxable income. In Step 4, taxpayers may deduct other specified items from net income to arrive at taxable income. Step 5 Federal tax. Step 5 contains the former Schedule 1 and is divided into 3 parts. Part A Federal tax on taxable income. In Part A, the federal tax is calculated based on the taxpayer's taxable income. Part B Federal non-refundable tax credits. In Part B, the non-refundable tax credits a taxpayer is entitled to are compiled and the total amount is calculated. Part C Net federal tax. Finally, in Part C, the non-refundable tax credits and certain other credits are deducted from the federal tax to arrive at the net federal tax. Step 6 Provincial or territorial tax. Step 6 is not really part of the federal tax return jacket. Except for Quebec, the provincial or territorial tax is calculated on Form 428 and included in the calculation in Step 7. Step 7 Refund or balance owing. The last page involves the calculation of refund or balance due. Federal and provincial, territorial taxes as well as certain other amounts payable are added up to arrive at the total payable. Next, tax deducted or paid by installments along with other refundable credits are entered and added up to arrive at the total credits, which are compared to the total payable, resulting in either a balance owing or a refund. ABALA CEOGOAEUD. Other forms and schedules. The income tax and benefit return has 10 supplementary schedules and a worksheet that are used to itemize various types of income, itemize deductible expenses, or to calculate various tax credits. Only those schedules and worksheets relating to an individual's tax situation are completed with the tax return. Many other forms are also produced by the CRA, relating to various types of income, credits, or deductions. These should also be completed and attached to the return as required by circumstances. Taxpayers outside Quebec must complete the provincial or territorial tax forms for the province or territory in which they reside on December 31 and include the resulting amounts on page 8 of the tax return. The completion of these forms is covered in the provincial, territorial supplement you will study as part of this course. Taxpayers in Quebec must complete a special provincial return, TP1, which is submitted separately to the Government of Quebec. Filing a complete and accurate tax return. All taxpayers are responsible for providing complete and accurate information on their returns so that their income, deductions, and credits may be correctly determined. Filing a complete return means reporting all income that is required to be reported by law. Lines. Solid black dots next to some data fields indicate that dollars and cents, not rounded amounts, must be entered. The areas to the right of the data fields are usually blank. When filing a Filing a complete and accurate tax return. All taxpayers are responsible for providing complete and accurate information on their returns so that their income, deductions, and credits may be correctly determined. Filing a complete return means reporting all income that is required to be reported by law. Fortunately, many types of income are summarized and recorded on information slips, which makes this task much easier. However, failure to receive an information slip does not excuse a taxpayer from reporting income. The onus is always on the taxpayer to keep track of and report all income received, regardless of whether an information slip has been received. Filing an accurate return means entering all information accurately, legibly, and on the correct lines. Solid black dots next to some data fields indicate that dollars and cents, not rounded amounts, must be entered. The areas to the right of the data fields are usually blank. When filing a paper return, do not write in these areas. The taxation centers use these areas to make corrections during processing.